Now that vehicle behind me is said to be one of the most advanced when it comes to off-roading. We're going to get more into that detail, so stay tuned for this one. Salam people, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Like I told you in the intro of this video, this vehicle, that's the JL Rubicon Recon, which is the unlimited version. This one is of course a bikini pearl coated blue paint that is a head twister, and I've been posting a lot about it on Instagram. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, do check it out now, because that's where you get all the sneak peeks about everything that I'm going to be reviewing. So this particular vehicle is quite the interesting one. I've reviewed it for about 3-4 days now, so this is going to be an ultimate review of the JL Rubicon Recon. Now with the exterior of this vehicle, you've got this beautiful metal bumper already on this vehicle. So it is a modular bumper where you can actually take off the side bits and make it look like a short stout, if that's what you are a big fan of. If not, you can just keep it the way it is. Apart from that, it's got these beautiful projected headlight lamps, which are amazing with LED because they are super powerful. I'm going to take you in to the desert at night to show you exactly how awesome it is. Actually, there's a big question over there, if you're really going to require off-road lights, because this one doesn't come with the off-road lights on it already, but it comes with a good pair of LED projected headlights and also LED fog lamps. Now moving on to the side of this particular vehicle, you've got the Rubicon badging, which is quite required. Apart from that amazing looking hood, but you also got some nice badging that Jeep is meant to be doing for a long time. Now there are some really small elements that most people really don't know about, but if you are a Jeep regular or a Jeep maniac or a Jeeper, you would surely know exactly what it stands for. But I'm going to share those information with you as well. Apart from the trail rated badging that you see here, which actually marks off a lot of evaluation on the vehicle, and that's how it gets its badging on the vehicle. Now moving on to the doors, you've got these beautiful exposed hinges. It says T50 here. What does T50 stand for? So T50 is actually the wrench that is used to open these doors, because you can take this car apart, and that's the plus point about every Jeep that you see right here, right? Moving on, you've got these beautiful metal railings right here, which is just beautiful. I think they're really important because in off-roading the plastic ones kind of get messed up, so it's really good to have this. And then you've got these BF Goodrich that you have here. This is the Baja Champion Edition. I love the treads on this because it actually gives you good grip or rock climbing and also in the desert. So this is an all-terrain TA. It's KO2s. This one is a T265/70R17. So if at all you're planning to get those on your Wranglers, one of the best treads that I've ever seen right now. Only thing is that that rim of course has a bit of a design thing, but I like the old classic ones. Those are my personal favorites. And of course you've got that small little red emblem of the Jeep on there on that rim as well. Coming down to the fuel tank, it of course still needs the key. You've got a push start button, so you really don't require switching off the vehicle like how you used to do that in the JK. At the back you've got these LED rear lamps, which again are quite good, and you've got again a metal bumper right there, which is just brilliant for off-roading and also rock climbing. You've of course got the spare set of wheels, and like I said, there's something that's really interesting about Jeep is that they do some really cool mods on the vehicle and these small design elements that are really required, because that's actually what maintains the true identity of the brand, right? So you see the star right here, that's the custom star that you can use to unlock and take off the spare vehicle. Moving on, you've got extra lights Apart from that, to make sure that if at all there's fog, you can switch on those rear fog lamps as well. Moving on to the inside, I'm going to take you through what is there, but you can see right here is those roll cages already. Really brilliant for the vehicle, for safety. And that red detail, now that's the true Rubicon red that you'll see all across in the vehicle. I'm going to take you through more in detail with the interiors right now. So you've got this amazing, nice, chunky looking doorknob there that you can see. And what I like about it is that it's not plasticky anymore like the whole JK. So you've got the lock, you've got that there. Looks amazing and brilliant. So moving on to the main screen, on the dashboard you've got mix of analog and a mix of digital screen, which is really important because you are advancing into the JL version. Most of it actually stays the same. You've got the AC vents, you've got the LED headlamp controls, you've got dimmer zone for the front dashboard, and also something that's really cool and interesting that I love about this is that 8-inch screen which comes with Uconnect. Now this one is quite interesting because it's got the off-road pages application, which is really important when you're going off-roading or off-rolling for that matter. I'm going to bring you down to the details on this front dashboard. So you've got this nice leather wrap with red stitching that you can see here, and I don't know if you've seen this, but this is quite responsive actually to that matter. So this is the voice assistant that you can see. I'm going to switch on the car and show it to you, but just before we get into that, let's go through the leather again. So you've got the red stitching and the leather right here and in the front, which makes it look really premium when it comes to the output of there. And if you can see there, those red seat belts are quite the thing. So if at all you are driving without seat belts, trust me, if you're driving the Rubicon, we'd know that you're driving without seat belts because that red really is quite the attention seeker. You've got the Rubicon badging there, and right here is the Rubicon main important element, that is the front and the rear differential locks and the sway bar disconnect. So this is brilliant when it comes to using it for rock climbing. You've got media right here, so you've got aux, you've got a USB-C, you've got USB, you've got 4 USBs that you can use within the car, so in the cool box and around the passenger at the rear. You've got, of course, the side in the mirror, the glass controls right here, which are pretty standard. That's where they position it. Usually it's up. They've positioned it a bit more accessible next to the gear, so it's easier. You've got your AC panel control here with infotainment and with the entertainment buttons on the each side. You end up kind of getting confused with both at times. So instead of switching on the AC, I would do this, and sometimes sort of reducing the volume, I would do this. But then, you know, you just get used to your new vehicle. So you've got the auto engine stop, you've got traction control, parking sensors, hill descent, and the screen off if at all you just want to keep it black right there. You've got the Wrangler badging right there, and you've got that little Jeep on the top of that gear knob, which is just brilliant. On this particular 4x4, you've got the 2H, the 4H auto, the 4H part-time, neutral, and 4L. So the 4H auto is actually a good thing if at all you just want to leave the vehicle to decide whether you need extra power. The 4H part-time is good enough for you if you want to just do some hardcore off-roading or rock climbing. Something that you need to see over there is the Jeep logo right at the corner over there, which is quite the Jeep thing. Like I told you earlier, this comes with the Alpine speakers. I'm going to show you the woofers at the back later on, but yeah, this is pretty much the interiors. Of course, like you know, this thing can come off from the roof. If you take this off, you can actually take the roof off completely. So you can see that I've already taken the roof off. I just need to take this particular thing off, this off, and my roof is out. So I can actually just take out the roof just like that. It's very easy to take out. Most people think it's difficult, but on this particular Jeep, you just need to know where to store these things. So there we go. So yeah, you saw I just took this off with one hand. This is heat insulation, which is very much required on the vehicle. That is your wow, with LEDs, so that's pretty cool compared to the previous JK. Now talking about the rest of the interiors, I'm going to take you through in just a minute. We're going to go at the back. So like you can see, this space is good enough for me. I'm about 5'11", so I have good enough space at the back. I love the 4 doors because of that, because that's really required for passengers at the back. Not really touching the front seat. There's still enough gap right here, so that's good. And this seat is actually almost reclined back. the most important thing in this particular place is that you've got a better space on the left. So compared to the older JKs, this place is a lot more fat. And then you can see right here, you've got a bit of the Jeep designing again right there. You've got some camo going on, and this actually looks exactly like the one on the roof. And these lights are pretty cool compared to the last time. One thing that I know about the Jeep, which is the most annoying, is that there's no lights in the front, but there's a reason for that. I'm going to take you through that as well, why we don't have that. You've got speakers right here with the mics right here, so that's perfect in terms of its build. Again, these speakers are here for a reason and not on the roof. Again, this roof is really easy to take off. You can just take them off easily. You've got at the back, we're going to show you exactly what's really there in the boot. Again, there's something that's really cool that I like most about the Jeep, is that little small design element that they include. We are right now in Fujairah, so there's humidity at a really high peak. But you know what, before we get into this detail, let's go into the night desert and show you exactly how the vehicle looks at night. So there we go, guys. Right now we are in the desert. We just finished the briefing, and this echo is because of my Bluetooth in the car. So yeah, we're going to check out if we really need off-road lights on the Rubicon. Now that you know that there's metal bumpers, there's fog shocks, perfectly built for the off-road, we can now see if we really need off-road lights. So I've got a FPV view right in the front, which I'm going to show you in a bit. Till then, let's see how the performance is in the desert in the night, and then you're going to see how the performance is in the day. Not really much, all depends on visibility, so enjoy. Okay, so now we've just been like 15 minutes into the drive, and there's already a car that's stuck, like you can see. Trying to get it out. And it's being winched by a JK. So JK is getting that one out. So you don't have a winch on the Rubicon Recon, but it's got the necessary off-road upgrades for you to have a really good smooth drive. So far the drive's been good. Let's see how it goes and performs. And with regards to the off-road lights, I'm going to give that verdict towards the end of it. Till then, enjoy the show.
Is it a spider?
Spider. Yep. Okay, so we just stopped for our strategic timeout. You don't see us with our masks because we are having chai and food and a lot of stuff. So we've got Owais here. Owais owns a TJ. Hello. That's his TJ right there. Owais, what do you think about the JL that I just got, the Rubicon Recon?
See, the JL is a very good off-roading vehicle, and the thing is, it's same as a TJ. I think it's a refined TJ, and moreover economical. 3.6 engine, that's what we want.
Yeah.
And the 392 is coming soon. And yes, in the end, it's a win-win. After the TJ, I would suggest yes, a JL anytime,
right? Cool, man. So we've got Alex right here, and Alex owns a JL. So what was your first reaction looking at that bikini blue Rubicon Recon?
First thing, the looks, my god, it's amazing. I was like, I just bought this one and I'm wishing I bought the other one recently. And performance-wise, I think the 2021 Rubicon is really amazing. It's just gliding over the sand with ease. There's no need to full throttle and anything. And mainly,
do you think it's amazing that it comes with a Fox upgrade on this off-road and all that stuff? Does it make a lot of difference?
This is one of the best things. You know, I just did my upgrades and I put the Fox. And this option coming directly from the dealership, this is a win-win situation. This is like an extra chip.
You have the JL, which one?
The GL.
The JL.
The Sports Unlimited.
The Sports Unlimited.
Yeah.
And does it come with the metal bumpers?
No, it comes with the plastic bumpers. It comes with the standard shocks. I had to make the whole upgrades.
You had to make all upgrades.
The next upgrade I'm gonna do is go for the metal bumpers, which is as well. It's coming
On the Rubicon Recon. Yeah. That's cool, man. Perfect. Thank you so much, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Okay, so now the next one is this really souped up Wrangler. When I say really souped up, the suspension, the shocks, the upgrades, the front bumpers, everything is pretty cool. The lights, all of that. But we're gonna go ask him by what was his first reaction seeing the Rubicon Recon.
I have this completely souped up beast that I drive in the desert every day. But when I saw that Rubicon, I was pleasantly surprised and a bit jealous, if you don't mind, because what they have done is really amazing. I mean, the whole package, the lift kit, the front and rear bumpers, the interior, the exterior, the whole package as such, that came out very nicely, and I think that's going to be one of the favorite cars for people who are driving off-road.
So there you go. Now you know exactly what the off-road capability of this vehicle is. I'm going to take you through the desert again in the daytime, because trust me, that's something that you don't want to miss out. There's some beautiful drone shots that you want to see. But before that, let's go to the boot. So now getting into the back, one of the main reasons why you don't see the brake lights on here on most of the Jeeps is because this whole thing is modular, so you can take this whole thing off, and it's really important to have the back brake light indicators. So once you have it on this particular stair wheel, you've got the 2 mode, which is the classic way of opening the Jeep. You've got this stair and you open this glass at the top, and you have this good enough space in this particular 4-door. You can store all your off-road equipment, but what's really important is this particular bit. So you've got this that you can move around at the back, and you can actually have monkey wires or cable ties just to, you know, fasten anything that you want. So you've got them here and you've got them on this side of the vehicle at the back, so you can actually do a lot of storage and make sure everything is just put in its place when you are off-roading. You don't want things moving around when you are off-roading, so hence the most important thing. Poof, it's getting hot in here. Anyways, moving on into the back, you've got this space right here that you can use. I've put my shoes there that you can use as storage if at all you want, and you've got your jacks right in there at the below. This has a far more superior system as compared to the JK that you can see there. That's the Alpine woofer that you have there, and of course the seats can be reclined right to made flat beds. Now, one thing I like really about this particular vehicle is that, or I keep comparing it with the JK because I've sat down in the JK, I've sat down in the TJ, XJ, YJ, a lot of these vehicles, and I've driven them in the desert. But what's really important is performance. Now this is something that I'm going to show you in that whole video of off-roading that I've done in the desert, and that's also quite interesting. But before that, let me show you this particular bit. This here is so cool to have, but it is so seamlessly integrated that not many people would know, and I also myself did not know about that particular feature in this particular JL, which is pretty cool. I mean, if you've got just 2 people sitting at the back, put your drinks, chill, relax, and that's what this vehicle is all about. It's all about having that kind of convenience with a Jeep, or specifically with the Rubicon. Now, why am I comparing the JL with the JK? Is because, of course, of advancement. So you can see the kind of progress they've made in terms of design, the kind of progress they've made in terms of performance. You should check this clip out that I've done in the off-roading in the desert and see exactly how this vehicle performs. there's about 65 safety features that you have in this vehicle. One of them, of course, being the rear camera, the rear parking sensor, which is really required and really important, especially when you're driving off-roading or rock crawling, for you to just see exactly where you're reversing into. In this case, I'm reversing up a rocky terrain, and I'm making sure that the vehicle isn't getting damaged on any sorts. So while your vehicle's on and you want to use that voice assistant, the AC kind of reduces to listen to your voice. Tune to 101.6 FM.
Tuning to 101.6 FM.
So I hope you enjoyed this particular review on this Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Recon Unlimited version. What I love most is that this vehicle has actually advanced from its predecessor and has done quite a lot of difference by the guys at Jeep. So big kudos to the guys at Jeep. Now, most important question that we need to know, guys, is that is this Jeep really worth it? This comes with a 5 years warranty or up to 100,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. So this is 215,000 dirhams. Now, for that price, if at all you go to get any other SUV, you will always have to do some mods on it. But when you're getting a vehicle like this one, with the mods already done, like the off-road bumper, the metal bumper in the front, the Mopar kit, which comes with the Fox shocks and suspension, and at the back you've got the metal bumper again. So these are really important things that you need to have on a vehicle when you want to go off-roading, and it comes with the basic. There's also space for you to have the winch fit in, if at all you want to put the winch in, like you've seen in the night video. If at all, most of the Jeeps like to have a winch in the front because they like to recover a lot of vehicles. So for 215,000, you're actually getting a vehicle that's not just upgraded because of that 3.6 liter V6 upgraded engine, but also 285 horsepower. Most importantly is that 8-speed automatic gear, which actually gives you fuel efficiency as well. And not only that, 347 Nm. Now this thing is really worth its deal because it's got the True Lock system. Now any off-roader would know what exactly the True Lock system is, and the tracked 4x4 system which you've got in there, which is something that I showed you, the sway bar and rear and front differential locks. So this is something that's really worth it. With the heat picking up, guys, I think it's about time for me to leave. I hope you guys enjoyed the details on this one. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments below. Till then, this is Hami Vlog signing off. I'm gonna enjoy myself and get out of this rocky terrain. Have a nice one. Cheerio.